Hello everyone, welcome to my first Whiteout Survival video. My name is Enod. I'm going to be your host today. This video is going to be a hopefully quick video on which heroes to use, which heroes not to use during bear trap specifically. I'm not going to really go into garrisoning or polar terrors. This is going to be bear trap specific, and I'm going to try and keep this nice and succinct. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Everyone always says use Jesse, Jasser, Yoon, and sometimes Geronimo. Why do you use these heroes? Well, let's take a look at Jesse. Jesse, when you join a rally, anytime you join a rally, the only thing that matters for the hero is this expedition skill on the top. Expedition skill for Jesse, Jasser, and Yoon are all pretty much identical. They increase damage by 25%. Geronimo also increases damage by 25%. However, it is harder to get his character shards, and you have to have him at 4-star in order to get the level 5 ability. And he is also very good for hosting a rally, so you wouldn't necessarily want to use him unless you have a different hero to use for your host, and I'll be getting into hosting in just a little bit. So that's why you use these 3 and sometimes 4 heroes. Some people also will say to use that you can use Philly, as she does have attack up on her skill. However, it's only 15% and not 25%. We'll get into that in just a little bit as well, provided I have time, as the reason why you would not use her. Now, so those are the heroes that you use. Why don't you use other heroes? Well, let's take a look at, say, Patrick. Why do you not use Patrick? When you look at his skill has health up for all troops. The bear does not deal any damage to you, so having health up does not matter whatsoever. Look at a different hero. Sergey reduces attack by 12% for all enemy troops. Again, worthless because bear does not deal damage. Gina reduces stamina cost. Again, completely worthless for a bear trap. So that's why you do not use certain heroes. This is why you do not use any blue heroes, because their heroes are specifically for gathering and for city output. So you do not use blue heroes. You do not use any of the heroes other than the ones that were mentioned, because those are the ones that increase damage. Mia is an option, but her ability is a chance ability. It is not a guaranteed ability. She has a 50% chance. This makes her less reliable than the other ones that are just a flat, it will increase your damage output. That is why you would not use Mia. However, it can be acceptable. You just have to talk with your rally leaders and make sure that they're okay with this option. Now, for hosting a rally, if you are hosting a rally, which heroes do you use? People say use your best heroes. That's not the case. You want to use your best gold heroes. So if you were using your best heroes and you did not say use your best gold heroes, a lot of people will not have, like I've got my Alonzo, who's my most powerful hero. A lot of people will not have a more powerful archer hero, marksman hero, than Gina. And so they will want to use Gina when they're hosting their own rally. The problem is, so when you're hosting a rally, it is not just the top rightmost skill that matters. It is all of the skills on the right that matter. So Gina, stamina cost down and march speed up. These 2 abilities are pretty much completely worthless in bear trap. Bear Trap, if you are as close to Bear Trap as you can be, there's a 13-second minimum march to get to the Bear Trap. If you are in the second ring around Bear Trap, it might be like 14 seconds or something like that to march there. Now, you might be able to lower that a little bit by using Gina. However, it's been debated and debunked that it is not worth using Gina for the march speed up, even if you're far out. You are much better off using Bahidi, as Bahidi's skill here has a chance, again, it's not a guarantee, but it is a chance to increase damage by up to 50% if you max his skill out. So if you do not have a gold marksman, Bahidi is the one that you want to use. Now, pretty much everyone else, we're in Gen 3 now, pretty much everyone has Molly and Flint. Those are the two that you're going to want to focus on unless you have Geronimo or Natalia. If you have Geronimo or Natalia, they are both going to be probably better than Flint. And that comes down to whether or not you have their widgets. And we'll get into that a little bit here too. So we are looking at, when you are hosting a rally, all 3 expedition skills on the right take effect. So you want to find the best skills that will increase your damage for Bear. So Alonzo, his top skill is a stun, pretty much completely worthless. His middle ability has reduction of enemy damage, again, fairly worthless ability. His last ability here grants all troops a chance to do additional damage. Now this is pretty much equivalent to Bahidi's skill. Now why is he going to be better than Bahidi? Well, he's a gold hero. Gold heroes, their stats are going to be most likely better than purple heroes. So if you look at their actual stats, you're looking at expedition. These stats are what's going to matter. So I got 166% and 183%. If we look over at Bahidi, 140%, and he doesn't have lethality. So that's why he's going to be much better. You're increasing your marksman attack and lethality. Now, why else is he better? Well, because he's a gold hero, not only does he have 3 expedition skills, but he also has a widget. A widget is the custom gear for a gold hero specifically. The first one, this is your exploration skill, that takes effect during arena. The second one, you basically have to spend 15 widgets on a character to unlock an expedition skill. However, this here increases rally troops lethality by 5%. That's going to be a rather large damage increase for the rally, on top of the actual stats. So that's how you determine which heroes to use. It's going to be based off of mainly the skills that are on the right hand side. So you want to find the best skills on the right hand side, the best expedition skills, to increase your damage output. Now this is again for hosting a rally. I went over joining a rally. What else is going to be increasing your damage output in the rally? Well, the gear is going to matter as well. For the gear, you want to have your best gear on the heroes that you are using to host the rallies. So for me, when I host a rally, currently I am using Alonzo, Flint, and Molly. Pretty soon I'll be using Mia. I just need to get her up to 4 stars so that I can have her ability up to level 5. And then I'll switch my Molly gear over to her, and she's going to then have better stats, and she's going to be a better leader than Molly will. She may actually be a better leader than Molly right now. I haven't actually looked at it. That's something that I need to take a look at. So, for joining rallies, I went over why not to use those other heroes. Now, a little bit more explanation as to how skills work. Hopefully, there's going to be a rally going on. There is. I'm going to join here with. Here. I will join with her. Doesn't matter what I join with, this is encrypted. So, I joined with Philly. So if we look at this, what do we have? We have my level 1 Philly skill as a joiner skill. You can look at this on any rally. Look at it on Bear Trap, you can look at it on a Polar Terror, any rally, you can look at the skills that are being used. All you do is you go into the rally, you click on this little orange button with the flag, and you scroll all the way to the bottom. Once you're all the way at the bottom, you can see all the skills that are in effect. So we can see he's using Flint, he's got his 3 skills, he's using Gina with her 2 skills, and then he is using Lumac Bokan because he wants to have hunting march speed up, which is perfectly fine. This is a cryptid. It doesn't matter at all because cryptids are very weak. So now, remember I had a level 1 Philly skill. That skill is going to no longer be active. Why is that? Well, the next 3 heroes that joined, we have 3 Mollys. The next one is another Molly. And then you've got Jesse's Mollys. If you look at these heroes, they're all 5-star, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star. That means their abilities are all going to be maxed at level 5, almost certainly. So when we go in now and we look at this, we will see 4 Mollys, I'm betting. Yep, there it is, 4 Mollys. And you can see also which characters are doing it. So we've got this guy, that guy, and then that girl. So we have this guy, well that's a girl, that guy, and then this girl. So again, my skill level 1 got overwritten because someone else joined with a hero that was a higher skill level than mine. So when you look at that hero, let me go ahead and start a rally so that I can pull that up again. So when you're looking at the stats here, if you hit this little info button, only the 4 highest leveled first skills of the hero captains will be effective in battle. So, highest level skills is the keyword. Because mine was a level 1, it would have gotten overwritten by a level 2 or anything else. So if someone had joined with a level 3 or level 4 skill on their Jasser or Co Yun, for instance, that's a 20% damage increase. If you join with a blue hero or Patrick, you're going to be overriding their 20% damage and replacing it with 0% damage. This is why it's very important for everyone to use the correct heroes, because you do not want to effectively lower the damage output of a rally by 20% because you joined with an incorrect hero. So that is pretty much it for skills. This is a very basic overview. I hope that you all find this helpful. I hope that by watching this video you can now adjust your rally leaders and your rally joiners as needed to help to increase the entire alliance's damage output for Bear. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you. I don't care about likes and subscribes, so don't even worry about it. I'm just doing this to try and help my alliance out. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.